You're listening to KDPS 88.1. I'm David Thomas. I'm here with local Grandview student Bradley Rowenfeld.
Hello.
He recently decided to join the National Guard, isn't that right?
Yep.
Many GIs report that military life is too stressful and busy to keep attending classes.
We actually, for the National Guard, you go in once a month, Saturday and Sunday. They've had the date set up, so everything's scheduled, so you have your schedule and you can plan around that. That's what's really good about it. And you only go for, like I said, Saturday and Sunday. So you only have those 2 days, basically a day and a half, where you work with your unit and other people that are, in the National Guard with you. And then you're sent on your way and you're not back for three more weeks.
They also claim to pay for your education. Now, is that true? Do they really pay?
They actually do. Well, for the most part, every student, when you sign up, gets $50,000 for a student loan payment program. So you have that $50,000 in your contract when you sign for it. So when you sign for it, set in stone, you get it back. Now, granted, it's in chunks when it comes back to you, but it will equal up to the equivalent of $50,000 for your debt for once you graduate.
A lot of people say it's also hard to find a job when you're coming out of military service.
Yeah.
It could be any service like National Guard, Army, Navy. It's hard to find an actual job. Is that a concern for you?
It kind of is, but like with the VA, Veteran Affairs, they're actually working towards helping people who get done with tours or maybe done with their contracts for the military, helping them get back and integrated towards the workforce, which is really nice to know that there's people out there working towards helping people that have been serving their country getting back to civilian life in an easier fashion rather than saying, hey, I was in the military for a while, and big old stamp of rejection, no onto it. So but most people that workplaces actually look for military personnel once they get done, because it shows that you're diligent, a hard worker, you've worked and been dedicated for a very long time, so it sets and looks good towards the resume, I think.
And since you're still basically in civilian life while also still being part of the National Guard, they can just disrupt you in your job anytime.
I know people here on campus who, already started families. They go to their night classes and everything, trying to work towards the degree. But if something happens, like, Congress says, hey, we're going to go to war, and they just say everyone that they need to get deployed, ASAP, or if there's a natural disaster that the Iowa National Guard might be helping out a different state, you have to go right on the spot. Because when you sign that contract and you're owned by Uncle Sam, you definitely have no say-so on what's going, because you took that, big head plunge right into the water and you wanted to do this. This is your job. You have to do it.
Along with that, one of my main concerns with military life is just how they can just strip away your civil rights, First Amendment rights like freedom of speech, and just how you're basically owned by the government. Is that a big concern for you?
It was at first. That's why I was kind of iffy, actually, towards joining the military, because, it's been embedded into your mind ever since you're little that you have all these different rights. And the Constitution can work for you. It was made for, everyone within the U.S. But once you join the military and those are gone, then basically you have no say-so as long until your contract is up. So it's a really big shock and different for, living your lifestyle. But if it's for what you want to do and go for, then it definitely has no problem whatsoever in your life.
The last thing I want to talk about is PTSD. 1 in 6 soldiers returning from wars suffer from mental health disorders of any kind. That would include PTSD.
Definitely. I'm kind of worried about it, since that's actually a scary statistic. That's a pretty low, grouped around there, 1 in 6. I could definitely be that one out of 6 guys that just go in. And there's thousands of people that join daily, that go into the military. And if you have to go for, serving over there, overseas or something else, and you come back and have it, it's definitely scary because all the different things that can happen within society. But thankfully we have, psychiatric help and people working for soldiers so they can be pushed back into civilian life and not have any issues with it when they come back home.
Well, thanks for talking with me, Brad.
You're very welcome.
Again, this was Bradley Rowenfeld. I'm David Thomas, and you're listening to KDPS 88.1.